And here we go, Vertigo. Who will be starting on the CT side? Time will tell as we get into this one. Hopefully it's an absolutely epic game here. GODSENT, sure, if you haven't watched them recently on paper, they might not look like they can go toe-to-toe with Astralis, but they are regimented. They have got a great coach behind them, and they are drilled. Get ready for this one. They start on the T side. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the drop. Here we go. The windows are going as well. This is absolutely amazing. And we're getting into the A round now. Let's go.
It gets me so hyped up every time, man. Imagine that with the... actually, I'm not going to imagine that. Zipex gonna throw a nade towards that potential maiden corner. He's got a lineup for it. He's gonna land straight on the bomb on the Q. Bang! And the damage. Oh, there was another one. All right. They've done their homework and reading GODSENT like a book, ages 3 and up. No issues so far. Zen, quite the quiet performance from him in their first GODSENT game, and now it looks like Zipex has done enough. From behind, Zen can strike, though. Glaives doesn't seem ready for this, and we do have a chance onto Magisk, only for a moment. One bullet from his USP later, and this round is all said and done.
I think you might be right, Alex. What an amazing sequence grenade, Chad. I'm sure you spotted those. The double nade on top of the plant. Now, we saw teams aware of that before, right? We saw them actually fake out the plant to bait out those grenades. No fake plant there, and you saw them pay the price, right?
Yeah, this is the kind of situation right here where pistol round, you never know what teams are going to be investing, and we're seeing CT sides more and more moving away from 5 players having Kevlar, seeing more utility coming out, having to deal with these Molotovs for post-plant situation, nades to be tactically used, and that's more of a retake scenario right there. The bomb didn't go down, but they still conceded the bomb site, right? So they were playing as let them have control, and then we'll take them while they're taking it over. And we've got Bastion on board observing this one for us right here. How you doing, Bastion? We lost him, he's gone.
Device pushed down the ramp as well. With an MP9, he could not have any better crossfire. He's got Zipex with the M4, and yeah, Sticko's got a good idea of where Device is. I wonder if those bullets have made Device move. He's certainly feeling a little encouraged to continue that push. It was 4 members around this corner. Sticko, if he goes down, oh, there's a big void now. Device will pull back, and that's a smart move. Doesn't need to overinvest. He's already got his team the opening advantage they need, and with Makaleli down to 4, the chances for these Deagles and the smattering of utility to really do anything is falling by the wayside.
Well, there we go. Opening couple of frags for Astralis, as you would expect, given the current complexion of this round. Rifles and SMGs up against the pistols here, getting picked off one by one. Looks like another guaranteed kill for Dupree. Maybe a couple, not quite. Maiden will pull one back. We did ask in the interview, is Maiden or Madden? Apparently, anything goes. Michael Eddie changed it about 3 different times in the interview himself, so we'll just go with Maiden and hope for the best in that regard.
I'm just glad that they're having the same issue we are.
Yeah, right? He was just like, Maiden. He said Maiden himself, then he referred to his Madden 5 seconds later. It's like, all right, well, I guess that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah, thank God.
So, that has to be the full eco. 1 smoke, 2 flashes, probably towards the A side of the map, I guess. See what they can do. Just try and get a bomb down. It's going to be very difficult here. They go towards middle, so maybe just smoke it towards middle, jump through the window, get something done. But Device ready and waiting with that MP9, trying to farm some cash here. Same story for Mages, but he's got the M4A4. Falls back, doesn't want to give that rifle up. Strong grenade, has to do a lot of damage here. So all the bullets as he finds a couple of kills. Looking for his 3rd. Zipex will steal that away. Dupree closes things out. Pretty much a clean sweep. They only lose the MP9 there. Not a huge deal. Device has more than enough for the AWP.
Okay, so we touched on this on the Telestrator to kick off this segment right here. We've been talking about A on this map here of Vertigo a lot. The approach from Astralis, historically, they've been able to go for a very, very aggressive A ramp take. A deep smoke down towards the bottom, Glaive swinging out from the top of scaffolding position with multiple other bits and pieces of utility in tow. Once they get control of that, they're able to rotate around. So let's see if they're going to go for that battle early or if their focus will be elsewhere.
Glaive's taking his SMG towards B. I don't know how much of that is strategy and how much of that is the weapon he is equipped with. Still 2K in the bank on that investment. And Device has found first blood. He's a pillar of defense here on A. A second onto Makaleli, despite the bullets connecting onto him first. Crystal, he's got the element of surprise if he chooses to wander through that smoke. You can hear Glaive jumping on the other side.
Yeah, this is a 50-50 moment. Looks like he's got the... What? Oh my goodness.
God!
What a play that was. How calm was he then? No one is making that play. Crystal could get a 3rd here. He'll lose the advantage for now, but Zen, his line jumps.
Oh, the jump!
What? I don't know. What is that? A mouse wheel again? Are we going with? I'm not, maybe I think he was trying to jump up to the boost on the back wall there to get a better angle. But it was just very unfortunate timing. I don't think that was a mouse wheel situation. think being the operative word. We'll see Zen and Maiden left over with 2 smokes, a Molotov and a flash, and a 3 versus 2. We've got a couple of smokes here. Device, though, one of those prominent AWPers on Vertigo right now. Very, very good at this map. Perfect angle so far. Nails the shot. Zen, spacing's pretty poor here, to be fair. There's no way Maiden could even assist him with that full commitment towards B.
I'm just so sad about Crystal's heroics going relatively unsuccessful for his team. I mean, it felt like he did so much there, but the damage was already inflicted. Device's double kills just haunting them the rest of this round. Maiden is not going to be allowed to get this bomb down. Device just times it, strolls out. Good evening, and goodbye.
Well, that GODSENT pick you had, Shad, not looking too good now, is it?
I said Astralis.
I know, I'm just pulling your chain, man.
He's only
joke.
making a
I'm
joke.
very precious about my predictions.
I know, I can say all your analysts are, it seems.
They
don't matter at all, but when you get them right, they seem to be the most important thing ever.
How else are we meant to measure how good we are?
I love that. I've never really commented on that before. I just wanted to air it out. But here we are.
4K from Device. You can see the last one coming in as somewhat of a freebie, but the first 3 entirely contributing to the victory. The Astralis now post 4-0. Zen's lost a lot of his health, but in the exchange, he's got Glaive watching from the sidelines for the rest of this round.
This is the deep smoke that we were talking about right there, dropped on through, meaning they can aggress. It's going to give them a lot of information, but when the smoke starts to fade, Zivax could be left on a bit of an island.
Pistols again, and a great shot. Okay, we see the Deagle connect that one more often than not, to be fair. It's kind of crazy. That angle, very cool for the CTs. You can get a lot of information, but it is a pre-fire these days, as we have a 5 versus 3 in favor of GODSENT here, but no utility. And they've managed to find a rifle as well. That's in the hands of Crystal for now. An absolute Counter-Strike veteran.
Now, Sticko's positioning is so impressive when he hits shots like that. Even takes the time to steady his aim for more damage inflicted onto Zipex, finished by Makalele. 4 members still standing. Crystal was checking quad and his pants have been pulled down. Dupree finds another one, jumps out of the initial shots. Maiden's only got the deagle, but he does finish it. That felt very nerve-wracking.
He hits that shoulder PD-50, which felt like it was going to be dead on. He wins that round for sure. Impressive effort there from Dupree, but not quite enough. The first round for GODSENT by virtue of pistols.
I think they just accidentally bought 2 AWPs. Makalele and Maiden were just staring at each other there in spawn.
So, Chad, why don't you want 2 AWPs on the T side of Vertigo?
Well, a lot of these choke points here to get on through can be stopped with utility very easily, not allowing AWPers to go for too many picks. Also, with the slow pace of the map right here, you know, you might just get isolated and not be able to go and find these.
Did they save an AWP?
No, no, that
round they just don't. They legit just bought 2.
Yeah. Oh, it could be, I mean, yeah, that's a good question.
No, they must have picked the devices at the end.
They picked up
Dupree,
devices.
sorry.
Yeah, after the device deagle from Sticko. Okay, so that's what's happened. I guess the second was a surprise, all the same.
It's serviceable, right? They can make it work, especially with Device giving away a freebie right there, and Makalele saying he wasn't feeling too good on the AWP. Will eventually one up and going on down, but Magus is going to make this a 3-on-3 situation.
Where's that bomb? Will be picked up now by Zen. He continues his spree. We talked about individuals stepping up for Astralis and how that could very well be just the simple win condition in order to ensure we don't see another Astralis stomp. They actually got beaten pretty damn hard by NIP in their first day of play. Now our 3rd on the ESL Pro League. Our 2nd chance to see Astralis, and already looking like some serious positive signs here to start off the first map.
See, Magus has kept on pushing on through. Now he has to double on back here to cover off towards A, but Maiden knows something could be up here. He's seeking out towards Maui, and that's a 4th right there. So Zen, left in a 1-on-2 situation, knows where at least one member is.
I just didn't really move. He just sets himself up, digs his heels in. Zen to plant.
Should be fine to do so. Magus still on for that ace. Dupree coming from the bridge. Zen 1-5 right now. 100 HP, 1 flashbang available. Makes his way towards the sniper deck. The problem is here, 2 smokes on the CT side. Makes his chances of winning this very low indeed. They can smoke up a choke point and the bomb itself, which is what they've done. But good play from Zen. He's got himself an access point here. 1 versus 1 Dupree. He's getting to the point now he might just have to defuse. He'll go for it while the smoke is up, I'd imagine. And this is the moment here. Is he going to go fully committed to it? I don't know why he didn't, to be fair. It's so far gone. And does he still win the round?
I don't think he's got time.
I don't think he does either. With the smoke down, I think that was his only option, to be fair. I assume he thought that we had Zen pushing in close to the bomb at that stage, but he didn't. He held his nerve, and that's a big clutch to bring forward. Considering it was a 4-1 scoreline, it's now going to be 4-2, and the money will be relatively weak on the Astralis side, even after those big opening kills from Mages, who was on for the ace there.
Yeah, you can see the fourth coming in onto Maiden, but still GODSENT find the round, and all thanks to Zen. Clutch master, 2 kills, but that's enough to put the second round on the board for his squad. And look at the state of affairs. dupreeh with only the Krieg, supported by the USPs and Desert Eagles. Shouldn't have too much of a shout at this one, but dupreeh, you talked about him having to step up. No better opportunity for him to demonstrate that than by holding off what looks to be a bit of a B lean.
Just to note, GODSENT have obviously been doing a lot of plays through middle. We saw this when they played previously. Is this a boost up and over the top here to clear out the close angle? It looks like they're on the stack of pallets just below from
they're going to get Crystal up.
They're going to boost them up so that if they were spotting the stairs, that they're unable to see it, I believe.
That's kind of wild, isn't it? Do you see how quickly he can leap up there? So he can peek and just have his head peeking over there, get a kill, then jump up and just be a perfect level to actually enter the bomb site once he gets that surprise frag. Chad, could we clip that? Could we
I'm going to try. I'm having some real rough times with Skybox today. It's not working.
Not playing ball?
No, so that's why we've been lacking a little bit on the clips that we've been throwing on out. The product is not working as intended.
Well, there we go.
It's in the alpha stages or beta now?
Someone's going to beat it up because
he's
frustrating
mad.
the hell out of me right now.
Halfway ticked on that bomb. Device was hoping to catch someone, maybe a nice weapon delivery from Zen on the cards, but that's about it. Oh yeah, Crystal's going to be on his way.
Here we go. GODSENT with 3 in a row, 4-0, and now 4-3. All because of that big Deagle play from Maiden. Here's the replay, though. So you can see they have a little boost to get them up there. We've got to steal that one as well. This is what we're talking about in the pregame match. We're talking about innovations in Vertigo happening every week, it feels like. I've never seen that play before. I'm not sure if Chad has, but you saw it building up there. That's a really cool one. And I guess, like, this is a massive league. Like, a lot of people are maybe thinking, oh, why would he dump that now? Like, this is a huge tournament. This is so much on the line here. Taking down Astralis as well. If he did take them in this series, it would be so massive going forward in the league. So I like the fact they've got these new and exciting approaches. That's going to rattle the cages.
Welcome to something else. Okay, hold on. Yeah, just calm down, everybody. It's not going to be the 8 scouts instead. dupreeh.
8 scouts and MP7.
Yeah, I was about to say those words out loud. Did in the end. Maiden gets one back into the site. We'll be fixing that UI as soon as we can. So don't stress. I'm sure someone's pulling their hair out about now. And makes our job very difficult, of course, to communicate what you're actually seeing on screen. We'll do our very best. You can work off of the radar for now. 4-3, 60 seconds on the clock with just 1 man left. There is only 1 T left, and we are in his POV. It's Crystal. Bomb on his back. He's going to be maneuvering through the lower level, but already Astralis, they've got themselves spread out nicely. So just procedurally clearing, hoping to catch a little more from the Danes.
Currently a 4 versus 1, I believe.
Oh, I just did that. Yeah, Crystal's on his own.
Oh, is that it?
1v4.
Okay, I've got a second monitor here, and I'm trying to like get us into a situation with the information. Yeah, 4-on-1 for Astralis, with just Crystal. So there we go. Oh, we're back.
We're back to normal programming.
I was having a bit of a panic attack there. We're back. It's okay.
Everything's falling apart right now.
Skybox isn't working.
Trying to get Anders on the phone.
Well, it's a pretty convincing victory there for Astralis. I didn't see the round as I was trying to sort something else out, Alex.
Yeah, no.
It sounded like you did a very succinct breakdown, though.
Yeah, I did my best. Something happened, and then Crystal was in a 1v4.
some things went down, but now the most important round, number 9. This is the one we've been waiting for. AWP Alpha Michael Ailey, he said he's been struggling on this map. 2-6 at this point, and brings out the AWP against Device. I guess it's a little bit hyperbole at this point, but Device for me is the most solid AWPer on this map. I feel like the way he plays it, it's always great to see him moving around the map, and the A-ramp seems to be his most of the time. We'll see whether he can step up at this point. Looking to hold towards B, though. We have got a mid-control play coming in. Made us a lot of trouble here. Good smoke, though. Buys him a little bit of time to fall back. HE delivered. Actually doing a lot of damage. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, about 120 there. Not bad.
Yeah, Magic's had a couple of those, actually, towards middle. Take notes if you're the mid player on Vertigo. Timing is everything. He's got the read, and it just chunks Maiden Sticko as well. A flash and a peek off of the boost. Magisk is going to be tested, and he doesn't even get to adjust in time. I didn't see a single flash from his muzzle. And perhaps the Great Dane's muzzled in the 9th as well. Losing one man early, smoked off. Zipex can't really contest this mid, and Elevator is going to be questioning. We talked about the power of a mid taker on the T side. It gives you so much pressure on the A side. The CT is falling off. You can see Zipex still at CT spawn, and Zen's holding the line.
Opening advantage for GODSENT, but 40 seconds on the clock. Zen holding middle. His teammates starting to make their way towards B. Glaive completely flashed behind the bomb site here, but he's got Dupree behind him in a decent smoke as well. It's bought them a lot of time. The HE to be delivered around the corner. That should do some significant damage towards Michael Ailey, which it does. Smoke's starting to dissipate now, and here comes the final commitment from GODSENT with 20 seconds remaining.
My goodness, they're running this clock right down. Glaive only going to be allowed to have one. Dupree waiting, hoping he can find a 1v1. Instead, it's Makalele. Patience prevails on the AWP. Sticko needs to go down now. He does, and that's the round 1. All Zen can do is just keep hold of his AK-47, and Zipex saves the day.
It was looking a little bit dicey there, wasn't it? But it is Zipex to save the day for sure. Quite a telegraph play towards the end there. Astralis held it very well. You could see them dropping the smoke at the 25-second mark. They had 3 players in the B bomb site. Almost no chance of losing it, but Zen not being part of the play there could have been the difference maker. He was holding towards middle for rotating players. No one comes towards him, and his teammates are left isolated towards B. That was the kill there. If Sticko gets it, they maybe get the plant and Zen could clutch, but unfortunately, it doesn't work out. We go 6-3. Zen will have the AK-47 from the previous round, but his teammates essentially full eco. Apart from Sticko, Eagle Armor.
Device, it's always actually really enjoyable to see the development of his aggressive orbing towards ramp, the angles he's found, the lineups. Kenny S is another good example of that. We asked him over at Summit if he had a lineup for that fight versus the top box peak, and he has a lineup on the text on the sandbags is how he lines it up. That pro-text
That's a great bit of insight. That's cool. We were talking about that yesterday, those little lineups. Here we go then. So the pistol and AK combo. Device probably wants to fall back at this point. He can sense players on the other side. He's timed it very well. Of course he has. Device will go down, and it's going to be a 3-on-2 Maiden and Sticko. A chance to win this with the AK. They can't recover the AWP.
Have they locked the doors, though? Is that flank coming in? Oh, it has. And it's Dupree, and he's just no more than locked the door. He's thrown a Molotov in there before he closed it. That's going to be 7-3, and a fantastic pickup to keep Astralis running, well, away with it. We got the scores on your doors here. It's 13 for Zipex. He's delivering in buckets and spades, especially considering the context of his tweet we presented in that pre-show. Really unhappy with his team's performance in their opening game, and looks like individually he's back in business.
Round 11. Crystal with the MAC-10, but that'll be absolutely fine. He's one of those more selfless players, making sure his starts have the weaponry required. MAC-10 still a very viable weapon, but what can the M4 do here? Apparently a lot. The bomb goes down. Zipex on for a third kill here, just mowing them down. The HE follows it up as well. A pretty underwhelming mid attempt there from GODSENT. You don't really want to be rushing middle. It's such a tight choke point, and the standard is to drop the incendiary at the initial corner. They're going to have to smoke it, take vision away, which means you're segregated at that point. You can't trade efficiently. Rushing middle for me just isn't a thing. You have to be more coordinated. You have to wait for the initial grenades, go together with a bit more pressure towards B as well to go for a split. As you can see, great stuff from Zipex here, but they're isolated with that smoke. That's the problem. They're coming through a great screen. They've had to extinguish the Molotov at the start. Mid rushes, not really a thing in my opinion.
Oh, did they maybe boost Glaive up, or we'll see. Actually, we've got Skybox.
Yeah, sorry guys. I've got it working. We've got it working. This is what I wanted to show you with that round, right? So we're going to go down here towards the B bomb site where we're going to see this boost get assembled. So one player's going to jump up on the top pallet, and then one's going to be a little bit lower to act as stairs for Crystal to be able to get on top of his head, right? So you're about to see this go on down from the little Jenny on top of the first player. And he's going to be looking down so he cannot be spotted when he jumps on up. Now we're going to change the camera angle. Now check this out. This individual will face, and then he jumps up and can swarm the B defender and then rolling into the bomb site. And that's how they were able to get on there so quickly. So let's get back into it.
That's what we are waiting for. That's beautiful Counter-Strike that. I really like that a lot. We said they're a team that's done their homework and work hard on the theory side of things, and that's coming to full effect.
Yeah, and you know what? It's even more spicy because we just spoke to coach of Astralis, Zonic, who the words came out of his mouth of it's very hard to innovate on Vertigo. Well, GODSENT certainly have managed to find something to catch a round, but it is only one of their 3 at this point in time. I remind you at this juncture that T-side is often expected to be coming out with a lead. Favored on this map and looking so good. This Astralis CT side are just turrets, taking it in turns for ridiculous multi-kills. I'm going to double check the multi-kill tally because I'm sure that is looking rather absurd in favor of the Great Danes. 9-3.
They're starting to run away with it now, though, aren't they? This one is stretching their legs a bit right here.
No one's really stepping up for the GODSENT side of things. Remember, the only access they've had of the game so far was that pistol victory, which equated to 2 more rounds after that. Since then, they haven't had much to say. We talked about the double AWP potential of the Astralis now. It's coming to full effect. Dupree performing very well with the sniper rifle, currently on 14 kills and 7 deaths. Device with 7, but they haven't been challenged too much in the last few rounds. They're looking very comfortable out there. Michael Ailey 3-10. He said this map isn't his. And I guess that should be reflected maybe in his purchases. If the AWP's not working for him, this would probably be the time to pull the cord and just say, I'll go back to the rifle.
Yeah, the stats really do back up just how comfortable it's been for Astralis. I'm taking a look at the multi-kill rounds. Dupree with that last spray down on B is at 5 multi-kill rounds already here at round 13. 4 for Zipex, 3 for Magisk. And as the early frags do get exchanged, you'll see that Glaive's back to his usual antics on A. It's something you talked about.
So, a 4-on-4, the AWP has been removed though. We'll see what the final players here from GODSENT. B hasn't been all too forgiving for them. Crystal holds for the potential flank, and it's going to be Maiden isolated alone, taken by the Glaive there again. So he's trying to create some space. He's trying to find any sort of hole in the defense he can, get towards the CT spawn area, towards elevators. But if it doesn't work out and he gets nothing for it, if anything, it's just a hindrance to the team. It doesn't do much at all. Device that we talked about, his A-round presence, he's always going to be around this sort of area. They're going to have to challenge at the same time. Probably going to lose one player in this particular situation, but the idea is try and trade him out if possible. Fortunately, Device gets one, looking comfortable. Sicko might lose the bomb here. Device will just get out.
Uncharacteristic miss, but yeah, look at that. Just immediately knows that the calculated decision is with a missed shot like that, you've got to find a fresh angle. He has managed to evade the spray. Can he avoid the bottle flame as well?
The problem with that is, Alex, he's Molotov towards short there. There's 18 seconds remaining. That's going to be 7 seconds. They can't access that part. There's going to be a lot of pressure here. Glaive's got to smoke down. There's no doubt in my mind he gets a couple of kills there. Well, apparently I would be dead wrong. It's going to be Device to try and save the day. 8 seconds remaining here. Incendiary is just perfect. Sicko knows he can't win the round anymore. He'll have to fall back, and there it is. Time runs out. He'll get no extra cash, and 2 players survive for Astralis.
All right, guys, we're going to jump into Skybox again. I just want to show you a bit of a harassment of utility that was going on here. So you're about to see the smoke bounce off the pillar. It's going to land here for the CTs. The pick's going to go on. Glaive's going to glaive at the top, as we've been talking about. But check this out from the angle of the T's down here in the forklift room. So much harassment of nades. Molotovs, HE's going here. That nade missed. There's flashes. They want to pick. The T's have actually had to drop their own smoke here because they're under so much threat that they need to be able to fall on back. The CTs just wanted to go for kills. They're able to pick one up, and that's a lot of utility damage right there.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Chad. Aggressive in middle this time from the CTs of Astralis. Glaive, an unusual presence that they're not quite used to, not accustomed to. Magisk has been typically standing his ground solo, but now mixing it up on the CT side. Change of plans, though. What on earth is the cue for that? Someone's asked for help.
Compromised by at best here. 2 smokes, a few flashes. Device. This looks so comfortable at that A ramp. It means they can really focus towards middle. The boost towards the boxes, though. Raiden, he's great at hitting the headshots, but they're not being too fantastic at closing out these rounds. That's a good pick. They take down Zipex, and Mage is still with the AK-47, holding towards the CT side here. Drops the Incendiary to disallow entrance towards the elevators. We actually had a gap in the smoke there, so he was maybe overzealous with the deployment of the Incendiary, but still it buys time.
And if I was taking a list of smokes you can't mess up, that's one of them. You really cannot afford to because it loses all of its potency.
Yep. Any gaps in there is a massive problem. So is the double kill. They're both in the window of their bums exposed. We're going to have Makaleli and Maiden taken down, and Glaive looks like he's hungry for a few more here. The aggro gets taken from Dupree. A very convincing finish there. After losing their first pick, they don't drop a single player after that.
Yeah, another multi-kill added to the list. It's getting plentiful.
I'm not seeing the same killer instinct from GODSENT. They get that pick there, and they seem that they're not sure what to do with it next. They've got 2 players going towards window and sitting there, their backs turned towards B. Were they waiting for a flashbang? I'm not sure the play was there, but it's just not working for them at all.
Just something to note, when we kicked off the segment, there was the match history graphic. These 2 teams have never played each other. Astralis is not ranked right now as the #1 team in the world, but as far as everybody's concerned, the scariest team in the world, right? So these guys right here probably have maybe a little bit of fear in their hearts here as they do try and run up the A ramp and take a faster round. They will be pushed on back, split on up, and taken 1 by 1 as they find themselves in a 3, to make that a 2-on-5 situation. As Babe will find yet another kill, continues to push forwards, tries his luck jumping, and, well, they're just going to maul them there to close out with a 12-3.
Yeah, brutal stuff. 12 rounds for Astralis. GODSENT, they've got the CT side, perhaps able to manufacture something, but it feels like Astralis, they're going into the T side of Vertigo. It is going to be comfortable. We'll see if they can close it out cleanly when we return.
Seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. Yeah. And we ain't sleeping on the floor again. We never sleeping on the floor again. For the ones who didn't make it out, for the ones that didn't see the life, for the ones that never cared, never gave a thought, found no happiness in that brand new car or the house you bought. I see you talking about the love you lost, and it was gone like way before you ever thought it was. Yeah, I took my time, no quick ones, quick run, quick gas to get back there. Hot roads, I didn't think I'd come back fierce, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Is it such a ghostly revelation? I may have fucked up all my chances. It's easy, it's hard to preach, cause I've been burning trees and watching fall. If we cannot breathe out, we go forward. Sure, I was searching for cure, fishing a little wildlife, and when I'm low on fuel, I'll still be running till my back broke. Halfway, lost hope and I'll check it. Hard roads, I didn't think I'd come back fast, cause I was running roads so many nations. Even when it's so sweet, I end up seeing red. Ghostly revelation. I may have fucked up all my chances. Been around the globe, looked around, nothing fitted. Seen high and lows, but you won't even get it. Been around the globe.
Back in business, 12 rounds to Astralis, looking positive, and not so much for those that picked the map. Vertigo, GODSENT's pick, and just 3 rounds to show for it.
Not the best start, Alex, but it's still recoverable. All is not lost to this stage. We'll see where they can win the pistol and start their campaign here on the CT side. It's their pick for a reason, and we did see some innovation come through. The boost was nice, the Deagle victory was there, but not much else to speak about, I'm afraid. But still, winning pistol here gets the momentum behind them. There is a chance, but a very small one. We'll see what can be done. We'll look at the buys momentarily. Let's see what Astralis are bringing to the table here and see if we can work out where they'll be heading. Looking at the smoke setup. Oh, this will be very technical. 3 smokes, 2 Molotovs, 3 flashbangs, a decoy, no upgraded pistols, and here comes the first flash towards B. Just a bit of, just to show presence on that side of the map, I believe.
Had there been a CT incendiary, it may have been pulled out early.
So this is an A execution then. I've never seen this much utility in a pistol in a long time.
You heard Zonic in the interview saying that people were always pushing, right? And the round is lost before they even get that A execute in. Assumably, having that early flash on the pistol round will dissuade that push and hopefully allow them to set up with ease.
That's a very big B lean. They've only got 1 player on A right now, GODSENT, and Sticko is going to be calling for the cavalry. There's a lot of sound cues, of course, on that ramp. As soon as you hear those wooden steps, the, what would you call it, stampede of sorts?
The galloping T's making their way through. And now Sticko, P2000 in hand. He'll take a Glock to the face, unfortunately, and we're going to have the smoke execution come through. They still have a Molotov for post plant and another smoke as well. This is kind of insane. So the plant will come through. Maybe just getting it right on the edge as well. That's really idyllic, to be honest with you. It's going to be difficult to defuse that one. They have got a kit, but no smoke on the CT side now, as we'll see the Molotov land toward the boost box. This is a nightmare for Makalele, but they have got a kill, a chance here. They're finding multiple frags. What's happened?
All of them. Makalele finds a double. Zipex, he's rolling his eyes. And now a chance for Dupree, but it's so small. He would have to tap away at Maiden's head, and now GODSENT take it, despite all the best efforts.
It was looking great there. There wasn't even a similar sort of retake mentality we saw in the previous game with 2 smokes coming through. This was just clean headshots. A couple through the smokes by the looks of things here, but nice work from Makalele. A guaranteed victory there, and it looked like a guaranteed round for Astralis, to be honest with you.
Just check this out, guys. So they were setting up for a retake, just not with the same level of utility, right? So we're about to see a smoke get dropped just here, and as that smoke goes down, Glaive throws this Molotov so they can re-aggress and fight. The idea is not to lose a round in a similar fashion as to what we saw when it was going down with NIP, right? You see this. They want to fight here, but GODSENT just hit better shots. So let's get back in the action.
Yeah, and the action continues on B. Just immediately, Zen's been dissuaded from fighting.
No force fight, just to know this is an eco. They'll be bringing out the AKs and maybe not even the Kriegs. Apparently staying away from those, just joining us. Zonic said they're at least planning on not purchasing Kriegs with this series, due to the fact they don't want to give it to the defense and give them the advantage, which makes a lot of sense. And to be honest, like the Krieg, as powerful it is, there's still a few players out there that are missing kills in the back with the weapon, because you can see they're not quite as well versed as others with it.
I think the idyllic setup for a team, considering just how powerful we've seen it recently in CT hands, is when you've got a specialist. I think the investment, it would be like, I don't think Fnatic should ever tell Brolin not to buy a Krieg, but I do think the majority, perhaps there's real merit to that.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation for sure.
Yeah, really. This one, however, should be GODSENT starting to build what will be a long and arduous task of coming back here on Vertigo. Advantage for them here, of course, just the unarmored Desert Eagles and Zipex running out of health.
The thing that worries me here is we still have 40 seconds left on the clock, and they have a lot of mid-territory. Sure, they don't have any kills just yet, but knowing how quickly this can snowball, if Dupree doesn't go down and Zipex finds a kill while he's searching out there in middle, they might start rotating around. Well, there's the kill I was talking about.
So satisfying to see those Deagle headshots Dupree often delivers, but Magisk will go down. He was one of the healthiest, and now Zipex, all that patience is not going to be for much. Dupree just elephanting his way in, and another headshot. He loves the chaos, does Dupree. A nade of bullets heading his way. He just throws the bomb in celebration of his death. Round 18.
So this is where we kind of find out what approach Astralis wants to go with, right? We've seen teams just go for the standard working towards A. Maybe on the T side of GODSENT, they were doing more conditioning towards middle, trying to get that toolbox control and then letting Madden off the leash like we saw earlier in GODSENT's run so far within the Pro League. Let's see if Astralis have a different showing here. They do have so many rounds to work with, so there's no need to pull out anything too crazy.
Bombs down for now. Suggests it won't be anything too fast-paced. Just showing some basic tendencies towards the A side of things. Bait out utilities, and Crystal will potentially deliver an HE. They're going to try and get 2 of them down there towards that bottom corner. Doesn't connect, but confirms that position should be clear at least. We'll see Zipex here at the bottom of the ramp. No one towards B right now. All 5 players for Astralis are on this side of the map, apart from Dupree. I beg your pardon, he is there.
I think those Deagle kills have got him really feeling comfortable on the crosshair at this point. Those solo missions can be very problematic, especially when there's such a heavy disadvantage in terms of weaponry. Zen's got to try and win this out with his utility and his information as opposed to the MP9. Oh, Sticko. Lucky to only be posting 40 damage dealt.
So, time ticking away. Dupree still towards B, trying to bait out the utility, just be a nuisance at this stage. Little gap in the smoke there. Sticko trying to exploit it with his scout. Let's see whether this can be done. 40 seconds. Very quiet for now. 3 terrorist players waiting outside the A-bomb site. Sticko will do very well with the scout to find multiple kills. Good smoke at the 30-second mark. Should buy them some time, but here comes the execution of Astralis. Objective to get the bomb down as quickly as possible, but a lot of damage inflicted. Crystal will go down, and Makalele's on the scene of the crime.
Considering a flank, but Glaive does manage to deal with 1 on the boost. Magisk does get that bomb down in the process, and this is fast becoming an impossible task for GODSENT. The smokes are still in play, which enables Astralis to dig themselves into their after-plant positions. It does seem like they're actually relatively willing to take some active fights.
This is safe territory for me right now, considering everything, but they have got a decent amount of cash going forward, I suppose. Sticko is still in position, but it looks like they're in a lot of trouble. We'll see what can be done. Zen will have to step up. Blade is taking them down one by one. Sticko, he'll be stuck in the corner at this point, just trying to stay alive. It doesn't look like that'll be successful. If he can take one player down with him, that would be something. Deagle headshot doesn't connect. It's a very clean round from Astralis. Gets them 13 on the board. Money and a bit of disarray here for GODSENT. 1,600 for Zen, 1,500 for Maiden. Similar story for Crystal and Sticko there. So a partial buy by looks of things with the Deagle purchase from Michael Ailey. Are they going to allow this one to go 14-5?
That's the problem, right? When you're so far down on your map choice here and it feels hopeless, not buying right now feels almost like conceding defeat.
Here we go. Maiden's fully invested, but everyone else has to join him, really. Otherwise, it's all in vain.
There you go. Look, I don't mind this because the map at this point must already feel quite lost. You know, as a player, you always think you can win, but you need a miracle round like this on the board. You've been getting battered. You haven't really had too many highlights in this game thus far. 5 rounds on the board, there's not too much to be smiling about. So maybe a forced by a miracle round from one of the younger players could do something to get them fired on up here. But look, they're all individually spread out. This comes down to, like, it comes down to somebody hitting shots.
Yeah.
That's all this comes down to. There's no nuance here, there's no tactics behind it. They're not forcing Astralis around the map. This one here, ladies and gentlemen, is probably done. We will be moving on to Inferno, which is the next one. Very swiftly. Well, I know people don't like it, Henry, when you say a round's over after 3 people.
They hate that. I don't know why everyone hates that. Like, if you disagree with me, just disagree with me. That's perfectly fine.
And also,
I am not in control of anything here. I'm merely giving my opinion.
And also, if you say the round's over and it is like a 2v5 situation and then they win that 2v5, doesn't that kind of put like
That's the point,
round into context?
Yeah, exactly.
They should not lose this situation.
This kind of punctuates the fact that it was an impossible scenario that someone's done something ungodly to get into it.
Please, I'm citing the 2015 Titan vs Renegades, man.
14-5, Zipex will close things out, and at this point, the perfect game is required from GODSENT. They've got $2,000 for 2 players to make it happen. This is why I say you need to keep your money equal across the board, as now you're even in a worse position. You're going to have rifles, MP9s, and pistols. I guess it's still winnable this round, but would have preferred everyone to have a rifle. As we get into round 20, it's not looking like GODSENT's pick. As you can see at the top right, really is going out too well for them. Inferno next. Astralis is home turf. And we'll see Device with the AWP on the T side for now. They've got such a massive advantage. Should be map point here. But time will tell. Anything can and will happen in Counter-Strike.
Ooh. Maiden and Sticko were both on those boxes. Was interested to know if there was a stack nade they had in store. Towards the scaff, perhaps? Good flash. Forces Macaulay to tuck in, and upon re-peeking, he has a chance at the spray, but this is looking all too similar to the 14 rounds that have gone the way of Astralis. Another quick opening, and this time spread across the map. CT's scarpering to cover the ground lost.
Oh, the bomb's still down, so they really have no idea where this one's ending up. GODSENT, that is. It is hoping they can stick together and form something out of nothing. Smoke towards the top of the B stairs. And at this point, a minute on the clock. Not really much has to be done. Astralis, no information needs to be gathered on the GODSENT side of things. Waiting for these mistakes to come through. Commitments, there's the first one. Dupree in towards that quad position. Molotov down. They should make their way towards B at this stage, considering he's got such a prominent position.
So just one thing I want to note here with this Astralis game that we're watching today is the individuals seem up to take fights that maybe are a little bit uncharacteristic, which is good because once you get into, let's say, the ring of online Counter-Strike, people are obviously more comfortable in that environment. When Astralis are at home, they're normally just playing, you know, maybe an average practice match. Yeah. That's when they're actually at their least prepared, I would say. Whereas for some of these teams who have had to battle through the online realms over the last couple of years to even make a name for themselves, that's where they've been the most comfortable. So Astralis, a major grand final with thousands of people cheering and a lot on the line, that's when they do their best work. Coming into this knowing that, hey, maybe we do need to be a little bit more confident, a little bit more aggressive, show that we can fight just as good, we're just as good individually. I like that approach here.
It's a convincing round for Astralis, and I think we might be done here, boys. That was the full investment. They saved an M4. Gonna need 10 rounds in a row at this point just to take us to overtime. On their map pick, that does not bode well for the series whatsoever. As we get into round number 21, We'll have a look at this little stat here. Astralis in-game leader Glaive is farming stats with 120 plus ADR and 80% of opening duels won thus far.
It's quite nice.
We said he has been struggling with his individual formats of late, so that's going to be a nice way to boost his confidence. Currently sat on 22 and 11. Lovely stuff from him, and a lovely game from Astralis, and it should be concluded right here, right now.
Yeah, and talking of opening duels, just to add additional context to that, he has a 75% conversion rate, but that's with 6 duels taken, so that's significant. Very tippy top of the number of opening duels taken for his squad. Will this be the end for GODSENT? They do take that early mid with the MP9s, but no one's home.
The old MP9 mid strategy. We've all tried it. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. This time didn't land.
Did Zipex just do a walking jump underarm flash? The difficulty level on that is absurd.
Nightmare mode.
Well, I would not want to be attempting that one, that's for sure.
Oh, here we go, though. Couple of kills coming in. And they've done significant damage towards Device and Dupree. It's never clean cut. You don't see many blowouts these days. But there's a potential frag that's opening up the B site. And the other players are towards A right now. You can see it's Sticker rotating in. He has made it through, but that kill might decide their fate. There's smoked Molotovs available, and Dupree shots with the AWP. It is going to be 16-5. Michael Ailey, although he does have a chance of winning this, I'd say his options are very limited. There we have it, 16-5, ladies and gentlemen. Astralis looking very comfortable, stretching their legs out there on Vertigo on the map pick of GODSENT. And I have to say, Glaive stepping up, goes above and beyond for his teammates there. And we're moving on to Inferno next. GODSENT need to wake up if they're going to stand a chance against the world's best.